Mason multi-purpose field here as we have the Mason Comets taking on the Sycamore Aviators in a big-time GMC matchup. I'm Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan on ICRC TV. Katie, it's a big game today.
Yes, definitely. This is a very big rivalry, and it has been for a very long time between Mason and Sycamore, so it should be a great game today.
The Aviators have been the dominant team in the GMC for the past 5 years. They've had at least part ownership of the GMC title all those years. The Comets shared it with them a few years back, but back-to-back years of the Aviators having the sole title, and right now the Aviators at the top of the standings. We'll get a look at the standings.
Sycamore is currently 7-0 in the GMC and 8-1 overall. Mason is 5-2 in the GMC and 5-7 overall.
Yep, Sycamore been perfect in the conference so far. Their sole loss of the year to New Albany. They had a big win against Kings as well. They're riding high, most recently with a win over Fairfield 21-4. Comets coming off a close win at Lakota West, 14-3. And Claire Basinger and Zoe Miller, the two seniors, led the way in those games. Basinger with 4 goals, Miller with 5. The starting lineups trotting out onto the field. Senior Grace May in the goal for the Comets. Katie, tell us a little bit about Grace's season so far.
Yeah, Grace has had a great season. She's been splitting time with our other senior goalie, Emma Schlachter. On the season, she has 18 saves, and yeah, she's been playing really well and really getting some good varsity minutes.
Yep, and her biggest test yet here against the Aviators, and the top threat for Sycamore, it's the reigning GMC Player of the Year, Carly Thiel. Now lineups getting in their position. The junior Cameron Frankowski in the goal for Sycamore. And it will be Thiel taking the draw, opening draw. Headed out for the Comets, Claire Basinger.
Claire has been a force to reckon with on the draws this season with 58 wins. Thiel is number 1 in the GMC with 111 draw control, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, and a chance here to take the reins on the game with the opening draw control, 2 of the best in the conference. So we're about to get underway. Thiel wins it, heading right to left for Sycamore in the gold. Aviators working around. Bolt has it. Now back up top, working on the defense. Shot. And a goal early in this game. Sycamore jumps out. And get another look at this goal.
Yeah, she drives inside to get past 3 defenders. That's a very tough shot. Really great shot by Sycamore. Grace was on the pipe and couldn't quite get there in time.
Then Jana Ronas-Tobin gets the goal. 2023 second team GMC player. She stepped up this year. Second on the Aviators in goals. And Thiel will win it once again, and that was Ronas-Tobin's 47th goal of the season. Less than 30 seconds into this game. Sycamore back on the attack. Thiel gets a shot in early, but not before the whistle's blown. Thiel gets in, overshoots it. Get another look there, diving in at the goal. Can't connect. And she scores on the second attempt. So a minute and a half into this game, Sycamore off to a 2-0 lead. So we get a replay here on Thiel's goal. Her 54th of the season. And Katie, what have you seen so far that's made it the Aviators able to score, to dominate on the offensive side so quickly?
Yeah, it's definitely been, they're really good at their driving game. There's multiple girls on them, but they seem to be able to get through the defense. Also on that, being able to draw the calls, getting that free position is very crucial in games like this. So they've been very good at getting those calls and just taking it from the line.
And Kate Ryder gets it off the ground. Now headed Sycamore's way. It's Thiel. Osito on the right side. Sycamore working. Ball poked free. Knockhart had it. Now Comets get it. Izzy Dean leading the way on defense. And May clears it. Anna Schmeichel running up the right side. Has a free shot. She'll send it over to Petrie. Wins it back. Grace Gall, the freshman on defense. Hellman. So Ryder loses it. Basinger wins control back. Moving around the Aviator defense. Get a penalty.
It's a check to the head on number 23 from the Aviators. So Claire will be, Basinger will have the possession.
It's Lily Nocito, the junior. The penalty, and she heads over to the sideline. Basinger. Headed towards the Aviator goal. Finds Dean. Back to Basinger. Outside to Petrie. Basinger drops the pass but picks it back up. Offense resumes to her. Her knocked down. And it is Thiel. 1-on-3 on defense. Doesn't stop her. Pushed out by Schmeichel.
This is another great example of how Sycamore is able to work in with multiple girls. That pressure doesn't scare them. Again, it was a 4-on-3, and yet she was able to draw that foul on that. She's going to miss a little wide, and it's going to be, but Gold is going to retain possession.
And Thiel making a difference on both sides of the ball already. Had a goal earlier. And Tess Geiger, the junior, had it. Now, Aviator's going to call the first timeout of the game. We're going to take a quick break here during the timeout and be back with you with all the action. Aviators up 2-0 on the Mason Comets.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back here in this GMC battle. Sycamore Aviators up 2-0 early on their rival Mason Comets. There's a goal from senior Carly Thiel and junior Jordana Ronas-Tobin. Put the Aviators up ahead early. I'm Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan. If you're just joining us, Katie, coming off the break, what are the Comets looking to do? What do you think head coach Jenna Weiner was saying to her team in the huddle?
Definitely possession matters. Most of the time, the ball has been on Aviator's side, and even when it is down on Mason's side, it has not been very productive. There's been a lot of fouls called. I definitely think she's saying to settle the ball and just make sure we're taking that they are taking every opportunity they get.
Yeah, Katie, like you're saying, Comets no shots on goal yet. Sycamore, they're 2 for 2 on their opportunities.
Yes, it's going to be key for Mason to get to the goal, because when they do get in, most of the time they make their shots. It's just getting to goal.
And Geiger went for the shot. Defense got in the way. Get a replay here. Pass from Ronas-Tobin over to Geiger. And the whistle. Now Geiger with the free play. And she scores. So far, Sycamore taking advantage. First goal came from Ronas-Tobin, then Thiel, now Geiger. 3 top returnees from this team last year. Katie, we've seen a pattern on offense for Sycamore right now, taking advantage of those opportunities inside.
Yes, definitely. They've been doing some great shots. That last shot was between the legs of senior Grace May in goal. That's a very hard one to defend as a goalie, so they're definitely being smart with their opportunities that they're getting.
They've been 2 of the goals coming on those free shots. Back to the draw. Thiel versus Basinger, the 2 seniors. Thiel wins it. Geiger headed towards the Comet goal. Her on defense, but cleared out. Sycamore headed around. And Thiel gets a shot, it's in, but not before a whistle. And Davenport got in the way of that shot. Thiel headed in, gets it over the top of May. And it's called a goal number 4 already here. 6 minutes left in the first period. Thiel's second. Another chance, just beats Basinger off the call, takes some contact, and over Grace May. Katie, Comets having trouble defending Thiel's speed so far.
Yes, definitely. Her on those free positions, her speed to be able to get inside, even with all that pressure, she's beating them to the inside and getting those easy shots on May.
Once again, Thiel in for the draw for the Aviators. Senior Ava Minogue checks in for the draw for the Comets. Sycamore wins once again. They've had all but one draw control so far. Ball on the ground, but Bennett picks it up. Gets through some contact. And now to Nocito. Holding strong around the arc. Ronas Tobin gets a move off, faces pressure, and shoots it in once again. It's the junior Ronas Tobin. She opened up the game with a goal, and now extends the lead to 5. One-on-one defense, and Basinger tries to get in, but can't stop the shot.
She pulls that ISO on the side of the field, so no other defenders are there to help Minogue. Basinger sprints in, but again, she seems to be pushed to the ground, but no call.
Up in the trio of Ronas Tobin, Thiel, and Geiger leading the way for Sycamore. Thiel and Minogue back for the draw. And Sycamore dominating the time of possession so far, and it starts right here with those draws. They've been dominant. Thiel swings it their way. Ronas Tobin, who just scored, headed up. Will move back. Swings it over. And Thiel tries to throw it in, and May gets her first save.
That's May's 19th save of the season. She's going to clear it out to junior Violet Henderson.
Henderson working up the field, sends it back. Sophomore Kate Ryder, who's off to a great season. It's pushed out by Geiger. Excuse me, by Kenna Bolt. Andy Bell, the sophomore, heading to the sideline for that play. Ryder to Basinger, to Minogue. Inside the circle to Hellman, and then Miller right around the goal, but a heads-up play by Cameron Frankowski. Comets' first shot on goal is no good.
Yeah, that has been Zoe's signature shot this year, pulling her defenders to slide and having that inside shot, but it is going to be saved by the Sycamore goalie.
Those are the looks the Comets try to keep getting. But Frankowski wins the first battle. Now field headed up the field. Has an opportunity. Slow it down. Over it to Nocito. It's stolen by Dean. Headed the other way. Dean sets up the play with the interception. Now Basinger headed towards the goal. Gets a move. And with a shot underneath, and it's in. Basinger scores the first goal of the night for the Comets. They're on the board. It's now 5-1 Sycamore.
Number 2, Claire Basinger.
Basinger gets into the right side, shoots to the left. Frankowski can't react.
That's Claire's 34th goal of the season.
Basinger leading the Comets, but Zoe Miller and Kate Ryder not too far behind, 31 and 26. After that play, Basinger and Dean will head to the sideline and get a little break. Dean intercepted it, set up the play, and Thiel still in for the draw. Kristen Herr made a good effort there, but once again, Sycamore with the win. Thiel finds Bolt facing a double team. Aviators working on the sideline. Amy Bennett, senior, has it. Tight defense from Schmeichel. Comets win it back. 2:17 left in the first.
Her, the sophomore, running it up the field.
Her against Ronas Tobin. Inside, Minogue finds Hellman. Back out to Ryder. Behind the net, it's Miller. Wins her matchup, looking for Hellman, can't get it. And Sycamore scoops it up.
It's going to be a horizontal called on Christine Rafey, the junior. And it will be Abe's ball.
Abe's is working up the middle of the field. Geiger gets some contact, draws the whistle. Now back to Thiel. Hellman quick to contest. And Miller with a bump, doesn't affect her. Gets it to Ronas Tobin with 2 goals. Now under a minute. Comfortable holding outside. And Katie, based on what we've seen here early so far, what do you think the play here is for Sycamore?
I think definitely possession. They're going to want to keep it from the Comets as they're up so much. I think they're in no rush to score again. But just going to pass it around the outside and drive with only a few seconds left to try and keep possession as long as they can and give the Comets as least opportunities as they can to score.
Right as 30 hit the clock. Aviators start the drive. Moving around, Geiger to Thiel. Shoots in from the left but misses. And heads out. So under 10 seconds. Sycamore and have one more shot and they get it in. We wait the call from the officials. The shot off.
After Thiel's first shot missed a little wide, Aviators gained possession again on the backfield, and it looks like the refs are going to call the goal fair.
And Bolt gets a goal in just at the last second. So after the first period, Aviators leading 6-1 on the Mason Comets. We're going to head to a quick break and be back with you for the rest of the action on ICRC TV.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Welcome back for the second quarter. Sycamore up to a decisive 6-1 lead in the first quarter. They were led by their senior Carly Thiel and junior Jordana Ronis-Tobin with 2 goals each. Tess Geiger and Kenna Bolt, the juniors, added a goal as well. Bolts came at the buzzer, extending the Aviator lead. If you're just joining us, I'm Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan. This GMC battle. 2 teams at the top of the conference standings. Her Thiel fighting for the draw control. And the Comets get just their second draw control of the game. Ryder has it around the arc, gets it to Basinger. To her, back to Basinger. Looking inside the middle, loses it. Now headed the other way is Emmy Bennett on the fast break. All the way back to the goalie, Frankowski. Clears it. Thiel. Quick up the sideline to Bolt, who scored at the end of the first quarter. Now behind the goalkeeper. Finds Nosito. To Ronis-Tobin. Ronis-Tobin. Back to Thiel. Geiger. One-on-one. Bolt. Tobin going against Schmeichel. Schmeichel holds her back. We'll send her around to Bolt. There's a whistle.
It's going to be 3 seconds in the arc on junior Violet Henderson. They're going to start it from the dot.
Sycamore back with possession. Geiger one-on-one with Dean, the Ashland signee. And Geiger works around, but it's off of May's legs. Save off the shin guards. Comets headed the other way. To get another look at this save. May jumps in front of it. Basinger is moving fast down the field, lost control. Not before a whistle. Comets will hold on. Now her getting things going on the offensive side. Zoe Miller to her. Double team. Inside. Looking to Ryder. Scooped up by the Aviators. Trying to hold on. Miller wins it back. Comets had a chance there. They'll recover. Miller looking around the back of the goal and gets around and intercepted. Get another look here. off the post. Aviators get in front of the Comet defense. Nocito opts to slow it down. And knocked away. It's going the Comet's way. Basinger had the sole Comet goal in the first quarter. Passes over to Ryder. Now to Dean.
Sophomore Megan Bangs has checked into the game.
Some contact. Free position for the Comets. It's her with the ball, and she drives in. Shot no good. To the left side of the goal, and a fight for the ball, headed out of bounds. It's Bangs. Kennedy Dye has it for Sycamore. Sycamore have it back after the quick stoppage. Frankowski clears. Long pass. Over to Nocito. Facing a lot of pressure defensively. Miller's there. Nocito's on the ground. Get a look here. Just loses her balance with Miller tight on defense.
Sycamore.
The Aviators going to call their second timeout of the game. We're going to head to a quick break during the timeout and be back with all the action.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
And welcome back here after the Sycamore timeout. Aviators lead 6-1 over the Comets. And so far, no scoring. About halfway into the second quarter. Comets goal on the right side of the field. Aviators in gold on the left. Sycamore, they'll start with possession. Jordana Ronas-Tobin, who has 2 goals, headed up the field. Gets around Basinger. Slash. Gets the penalty.
It's going to be yellow card on Youngstown commit Basinger, which will send her to the sideline for 2 minutes.
And Basinger has been the engine of most of the Comets' offense so far. She has the goal. She's been leading the charge on the fast breaks. That's a key loss, even if just for a few minutes. The Comets are trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, so definitely be interesting to see how Sycamore uses this to their advantage.
Kate Ryder, the sophomore, Zoe Miller, the senior, will definitely have to step up on offense. Sycamore moving in. And before Ronas-Tobin could get a shot on goal, it's knocked away. There's a whistle. Ronas-Tobin free position here. Driving in, hesitates, but gets it around May. Goal number 3, we have a hat trick in the first half. Jordana Ronas-Tobin, the junior, her 3rd goal of the game. And her 49th of the season. There, the hesitation over the left shoulder. Katie, what have you seen from Ronas-Tobin tonight that's made her so difficult to stop?
Her hesitation on drives makes the defense comfortable. She waits a while before she drives, so the defense kind of isn't ready when she does drive, and her very quick and switches makes it her very hard to defend.
And earlier in the first quarter, Carly Thiel, we saw her very quick on those free positions, lightning fast into the lane. It was difficult for May to react, and then right there, a different approach from Ronas-Tobin, but both get the same outcome. Sycamore up big on the scoreboard. They have it here. It's Thiel. Drives right through the Comet defense, but it's knocked away. And headed back. Hannah Masters, the senior defender, gets the win. Driving up the field. Looking towards the middle. Loses it. Ronas-Tobin picks things up. Met quickly by Bangs, and Hellman spins around. Now Emmy Bennett quickly down the field. To the center, passes off the field to Geiger. Now Ronas-Tobin, Izzy Dean matched up. Push Thiel. Pass over to Andy Bell. And Dean giving up no space. Thiel moving around. There's over 4 minutes left in the first half. Thiel around the basket, Masters. She works around, has a chance, and Basinger gets in the way. A big stop from the Comets on defense.
It's going to be called a crease violation, so they're going to send the ball the Comets' way.
Let's hold the position. Pays off, and Basinger now back. Moving down the field. Swings it to Hellman. Now to Megan Banks. Zoe Miller parked behind the goal. Gets a move. Over to Hellman. Loses it, will scoop it back up.
It's going to be a cross check on the Aviators, so Hellman is going to get a free position from the first inside hash.
Hellman quick off the line, drops it in, gets the ball back. See here, great save by Frankowski. It's her 2nd of the game. Zoe Miller working around the net, one-on-one. Gets position, shoots it around, and it's good. Zoe Miller, the senior, on the board. Now Comets with 2, bringing the lead back to 5. We'll get another look here.
That is Miller's 32nd goal of the season, most coming from behind. As you see, that is her signature move, rolling around the crease, using her crease to advantage and shooting it high on the goalies.
She's been very comfortable there all game long and finally gets the shot to convert. Had an attempt on goal earlier in the first quarter. It was a save by Frankowski, but there, Miller in position, gets the shot off. and finds the bottom of the net. So Comets up to 2. Claire Basinger scored in the first. Now Miller on the scoreboard. It's Basinger here against Thiel for the draw. Thiel wins it up in the air. Izzy Dean and Basinger, the two closest on defense. Patience from Bolt. 2 minutes and some change on the clock here left in this first half.
Henderson going to pressure out. Aviators beat her, but they decide not to take it to the goal.
And Bolt and Thiel with a quick pass knocks it in. May can't react. The Aviators, the great setup there. Thiel over May, her third goal of the game. So 2 hat tricks in the first half. And Ronis Tobin, and now the senior Carly Thiel, headed to Lindenwood next year.
That's Thiel's 55th goal just on this season.
Thiel leading the conference in goals, and potentially on her way to another GMC Athlete of the Year award. Once again, Basinger and Thiel competing for the draw. Basinger wins it. Back to Dean, Ryder. Hellman shoots it over to Banks. Behind the net, Miller, who just scored on the last possession, working around, beats her defender, passes looking for Rumpke, but it's headed the Aviators' way. Basinger hesitates on defense, gets passed up. But Kate Ryder contests Amy Bennett, who finds Nocito. Closest on defense is Maddie Ryan, the senior. Now under a minute left on the clock. Aviators patient. Katie, we saw a similar situation late in the first quarter. Aviators were able to score a goal as the buzzer hit.
Yeah, it's something the Aviators have definitely been known to do, is to use their clock to their advantage, use the last few seconds to score, so their opponents can't get any possession left in the quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be a big swing if they could do that again. Ronis Tobin working on a plethora of Comet defenders. Clock stops at 14.
It's going to be a shooting space called on senior Maddie Ryan, so that will give the Aviators another free position on May.
Ronis Tobin hesitated last time, goes in, works again. Goal number 4 in the first half. Ronis Tobin just over May, no time to even attempt to make the save. Aviator lead now 9-2. What a game it's been so far from the junior. Comets haven't had any answers.
Yeah, Comets have had very few possessions on their side, so it'll definitely be interesting going into the second half how they'll handle trying to get the draw control, because that's definitely where it all starts.
Thiel and Basinger, last 11 seconds here, the last draw, most likely of the half. Comets get it. Basinger heading up the field quickly, trying to get one more chance. Under 5 seconds left. Basinger knocked down, and that'll do it. Let's take a look at some highlights. There's Ronas Tobin with a goal, one of her 4. Oh, and some time. 0.1 seconds added onto the clock. And Basinger not able to get the shot off. So some theatrics at the end of the half, but amounts little for the Comets. Sycamore in control, 9-2. We'll be back for the second half on ICRC TV.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway. I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Welcome back here for the second half. The Sycamore Aviators controlling the game against their GMC rivals, the Mason Comets. I'm Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan. Katie, what do you think the environment was like in that Comet locker room after a slow first half?
I definitely think Coach Weiner is trying to work with the girls on how to get those draw controls, because that's definitely where it all starts. When they do get position, they are able to convert, but I think it's very much getting that draw control. I think she would also mention making sure they use their possession wisely, making sure they convert on every possession.
Just 5 shots on goal for the Comets, 12 for the Aviators. They've converted on 9 of those. And on the contrary, what do you think the vibe was like in Sycamore's locker room with Coach Eddie Clark?
I think Coach Clark was definitely going to talk about slowing down as much as how many shots they're taking per quarter to give Mason at least as many opportunities as they can. Definitely holding the ball a little more and just making sure that when they are driving, it's a very open shot before they take it.
It has to be happy with how the first half went for his team. Just picked up his 400th career win earlier this week. The Aviators playing hard so far tonight. Leading the way is Jordana Ronas-Tobin, the junior, 4 goals in the first half. Didn't play in their most recent game against Fairfield, but has scored at least 3 goals in every other game this year, including the season high 8 against Mason earlier, and then at Lakota East. And on pace to match those two. Sycamore wins the first draw control. Tess Geiger loses it, but picked up by Kenna Bolt, who scored a goal to end the first quarter. Geiger back to the field.
The sophomore Chelsea Eakins is checking in on goal. She's been a swinger this season from both JV and varsity, so it'll be interesting to see how she performs with her first game on varsity.
And gets a tough test right there as Sycamore scores their first goal of the second half. It's Field, the GMC leader, had 3 in the first half. Gets it over Eaton. Now Sycamore in the double digits. Less than a minute into the third. Feel dominant. Claire Basinger scored on the screen here, scored in the first quarter for the Comets. Draw control. It's gone Sycamore's way most of the time so far. Once again, Steele here. Steele can't beat Dean, and now her headed up the field.
With that is her 60th draw control of the season. That makes her 3rd in the GMC leaders for draw controls.
Now Basinger looking inside, will head back, doesn't have the shot she likes. Izzy Dean, one-on-one with Bennett. Miller back in the net. Was looking for Basinger, but pass off target.
It's going to be a cover on the Aviators, so her will retain possession on the 12.
Basinger to her. Dean. Makes a move to Petrie, back to Dean. Over to Miller. Miller gets around and finds the back of the net. Finds the bottom of the net. So Zoe Miller scored in the second quarter. Back on the scoreboard for the Comets.
Comet goal number 1.
They're up to 3.
Miller.
Take a look here. took a defender with her, didn't matter. Gets it past Frankowski. Zoe Miller trying to fight back. Dean and Field on the draw. Tobin headed the other way. Sycamore working around. The Aviators slowing down the pace. Field. Calling the offense over. And gets knocked down right after her pass to Amy Bennett. Collision there. Field. Dean facing her on defense. Schmeichel has Bennett. Aviators passing around. Geiger with the low shot. And it's good. Gets it past Chelsea Eakins. And Sycamore back on the board 3 minutes into this third quarter.
Sycamore goal number 10, Tess Geiger.
That was Thiel's second shot tonight that's gone right through the goalie's legs. Again, it's a very hard spot to save and shoot at.
Geiger, second goal of the game. Pretty balanced offensive attack from the Aviators. Eakins facing a tough test, opening up the second half. And Dean back for the draw. Draw. Over long. Long to the Aviators. A quick whistle. Basinger. Some contact. Bolt and the Aviators moving around. Eakins having to spin around. Back to Field. Cito to Geiger. Jonas Tobin back to Field. Aviators keeping a nice spread around the net.
Definitely no rush to drive in and score, as we can see.
Field, the one-on-one. Get some help defense from Minogue, but Comets can't get there to scoop up the ground ball. Geiger picks it up for the Aviators. Long possession. Now Ronas Tobin has a chance she likes. Ball knocked down. That was Avery Davenport.
It's going to be in the sphere called on senior number 7, Avery Davenport. So Sycamore will again get another free position.
And Ronas Tobin has 3 goals in this exact same setting already tonight. We'll pass it back. Geiger, Field. Swings it back. Ronas Tobin to Field, driving. Shoots it over, but not before call.
It's going to be another in the sphere call on the Comets, but it's again going to be on number 7, Davenport.
Davenport just a little late on the shot contest. And Field will go for it and gets the whistle blown.
It's going to be a push to the back called on senior number 34, Anna Schmeichel. So that goal is going to be no good, but Theo will again get another try on the free position.
And officials meet to discuss. Looks like they are going to count the goal. So Theo now with 5.
Yeah, a little disagreement there on the with the refs. One called goal, one called didn't. So after a discussion, it is going to be counted as a goal for Sycamore. But because of the foul on Schmeichel, Aviators will gain possession.
Sycamore picking right where they left off. Geiger moving around the net. So Ronas Tobin drops it low. And it's Kenna Bolt. Second goal of the night. So 2 quick goals for Sycamore as we're just over halfway in the third quarter. Kenna Bolt drops it off the ground and at Eakin's feet. Can't get the save. Getting some really difficult shots for Eakins and May to try to defend. Sycamore been attacking the lower part of the goal.
Yeah, definitely for goalies, it's definitely hard to get down to the ground to defend those very quickly. So very smart shot placement by Sycamore, making it very hard on May and Eakins to get these saves tonight.
Time possession once again has been dominated by Sycamore to start this half. Field can't get the clean draw control, but hold on to possession. And Bolt, who just scored her second goal of the night, has it. A lot of room. Now Field working. Ronas Tobin gets the call.
Like I mentioned earlier, the Aves have been doing really good about drawing those fouls. Ronas Tobin went in there and pumped, so refs called a shooting space, so she'll get another free possession on Eakins. Again, the shot to Eakins' feet, and it will be another goal for the Aviators for the Aviators.
Yeah, but Sycamore dominating on offense. Ronas Tobin, number 5. Eakins, no chance there. A double-digit lead for Sycamore, under 4 minutes left in the third. And what a game it's been for the junior. Now Kayla Calkins, the junior, out for the draw for the first time tonight. Field has been there. Sycamore's every draw so far and wins another one. Now Ronas Tobin headed up the field. Ryder contests, but doesn't make a difference. Sycamore able to get it down near the goal. Bolt holding patient. Sycamore in no rush. It's the clock moving. Under 3.
For the cars at the north end of the stadium, please turn your lights off.
Definitely be interesting to see how Comets choose to defend this, with the Aviators seeming to not be in any rush to score.
Looking for Mason to make the first move and then react. Thiel now with the ball. She'll start the attack. Basinger knocks down.
It's going to be a push called on Basinger, so it'll again be Thiel's ball.
Basinger trying to make something happen defensively. One of the Comets' 3 goals so far. In the first half, it was set up by an Izzy Dean interception, but haven't been able to create many opportunities on defense outside of that.
Seems like Comets are bringing a little bit more of pressure on the Aves to try and make them drive.
And Geiger finds Bolt back to Thiel. Ronas Tobin pushed away by Schmeichel. And Hellman comes up. And she'll get it off the ground with a scoop. Maddie Ryan headed the other way.
That's Hellman's 3rd caused turnover of the season.
Kate Ryder moving quickly. 70 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Zoe Miller in her usual spot behind the net. Looking for Ryder, but it's intercepted by Paige Harris, the senior star defender. McKenna Bolt moving up. No room, it's Masters. And Petrie nearly gets off the ground, but it's Harris, 2023 GMC 2nd team defender, with another stop. Thiel works around Hellman. Gets past midfield. Bumped by Miller and Schmeichel. Forced to slow down just a bit. Now 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Ronas Tobin headed inside. Can't get the shot off. The clock will finally stop with 7. 10-point lead, so it's going to be a running clock here.
It's going to be another in the sphere by Avery Davenport, but the Aves are not going to be able to get the shot off before the clock runs out.
So a big 3rd quarter. Sycamore picks up 4 more goals, extends the lead to 10 over the Comets. We're going to head to a break and be back with you for the 4th quarter.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Welcome to the 4th quarter. Here's Sycamore with a double-digit lead over the Mason Comets. I'm Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan if you're just joining us. Katie, what's been the difference so far in this game?
Definitely possession. Sycamore's had the ball most of the game, and Mason's only been able to get 6 shots off on goal, while Sycamore Aviators have been able to get 17. That has been the big difference maker in this game, especially with the draw. It's going to be junior Kayla Calkins on the draw for Mason.
Field once again for the Aviators.
It's going to be a legal draw on the Aviators, so that will be Kayla Calkins' third draw control, but it is quickly turned over, and the A's have possession.
Kenna Bolt with the takeaway, has 2 goals on the night, looking to make it a hat trick and join her teammates Carly Field, Jordana Ronas-Tobin.
Mason seeming to give a little more pressure now, trying to make the A's make a move, but A's are still sticking to their slow offense. It'll be Dean on the defense. Drive from the A's is no good. Thiel has the ball with Basinger on her. No good.
Ronas-Tobin can't get anything to go. We'll dish it off to Bennett.
Back to Geiger. Back to Ronas-Tobin. It's going to be a push on the back called on junior Christine Rafey, so Geiger will have possession. It's going to be a drop, but she retains.
Geiger, Ronas-Tobin, Field, and Bolt have controlled most of the offense for Sycamore so far.
A's teaming just to pass it around the arc. Robertson with the drive, defended by Izzy Dean, Kayla Calkins, but she gets through all of them, but it's going to be a save by Chelsea Eakins. This is her first game on varsity and her first varsity save of the season.
Gets a big cheer from the Comets stands. We get another look here. Gets in position there on the left side of the goal.
A's retain possession after that.
Now under 10 remaining in the game. Sycamore still working around.
It's going to be a push out of bounds on Claire Basinger, so Sycamore will take it from the dot. It's going to be Thiel with the drive on Henderson, and it's going to be, she's going to drive in, use the crease, and it's going to be good.
That's a move we've seen all night long. And Thiel picks up another goal. So that's her 5th of the game, the GMC leader.
Who uses a crease to her advantage right there to cut off her defender, Violet Henderson. Even though the crash is there, she still weaves around them. That's the Sycamore's 14th goal of the game.
Aviators on cruise control right now. They're riding high, had a big 17-point win over Fairfield last game, and then now big lead over the Comets.
It's going to be her and Thiel on the draw. Ball on the ground, and Ella Rumpke almost gets it there.
Still a fight,
but it's
going
to be
ball.
Pushed out of bounds.
Comets will get it. Rumpke start things off. Now her to Ryder, the sophomore tandem.
Pass out to Ava Youngboth, the junior, who's checked into this game. Back to Ryder. Ryder driving inside, but she's going to be met with defense. She's going to pull the ball out. It's going to be a horizontal called on the Aves. So Ryder will get a free position.
And it's Geiger who checks with her stick there. Ryder right. So Frankowski with the save. The Comets' 7th shot on goal today.
Yeah, that's Frankowski. That's over her 50th save of the season. She's been a very dominant force for Sycamore.
Yep, and opportunities for Mason have been few and far between. The Aviators' defense did a great job.
Mason bringing a lot of pressure on the Aves early on the field. That's going to be a cross-body check on Miller, so it will be Aves ball. Aves quickly moving it up the field with Kirsten Hurt on defense.
And once again, Aviators being patient. About halfway into this fourth quarter, 6 minutes remaining in the game. No need to push the tempo.
Geiger has a ball with Rumpke on her. Again, not much movement with ball from Sycamore. Rumpke goes out to pressure, but Geiger's going to beat her, try to drive in. Good pass on the crease. In, and it's going to be good. That is Ellie Johnson's first goal of the game. She's a sophomore.
And what a pass there to set that up for Nosito. Right where she needed it, and no chance to react and make the save. And the big play. The lead extends now.
That goal, that's Nosito's 10th goal of the season. It's again going to be Kirsten and Thiel on the goal. Aviators are going to win that draw. And it masters the senior pressuring out.
Field getting around Rumpke. Hesitation there. Stutter step.
She's going to try driving Rumpke again, but she's going to get it inside. She's not. She's going to pass it out to Bolt.
Amy Bennett has it. Tosses to Nosita, who just had the goal. 4 minutes left in the game.
Collins are definitely pressuring out, hoping to make Aviators make a move, but that's going to be a yellow card on senior Maddie Ryan, so she'll be on the sidelines for 2 minutes, and the Comets will be down a player. Be interesting to see what the Aves do with having an extra player on the field.
Yeah, but Sycamore already has had their way on offense, and now Comets in a tough spot for the next 2 minutes and half of what's remaining in this game. Anna Schmeichel trying to cover ground. Davy Youngbluff steps up.
Youngbluff tries to pressure out, but Theo's too fast and drives inside. It's going to be 3v1. Theo pulls it out.
Theo faced a lot of pressure there, but was able to maneuver her way back, recognized the danger.
But as she was driving out, it's going to be a yellow card on number 2, Claire Basinger, which is definitely going to be a big hit for the Comets, as they're now down 2 players, and one of their star players, senior and Youngstown commit Basinger.
Yeah, 2 key seniors on the sideline for the majority of the rest of this game. Comets won't be back to full power until 1:40 left. And Masters in front of Thiel.
Sycamore seeming not to drive in, but still pass it around even with her 2-girl advantage.
Bennett starting to take on a larger role here as the game winds down.
It's going to be an almost interception. That's going to be a caused turnover by Ella Rumpke. She got in the middle of that pass.
Rumpke jumps the pass lane. Great move.
It's going to be her 3rd caused turnover with Eakins with the ball. She's going to pass it to senior Anna Masters, who's carrying it up the field. She passes it to Ryder.
Comets still down 2 players, but not giving up. Ryder moving down quickly.
There's going to be a call in the field where she's going to give Sycamore the ball. It's going to be offsides on Mason. As they have 2 girls on the sidelines, they need to keep girls back. A little confusion there.
It's a big hit on a developing offensive possession. Schmeichel gets in the way. And Maddie Ryan check back into the game. Comets now down just 1. Ball gets loose. Heads up play by Masters.
Masters is going to run it up the field. She's going to pass it to her, but it's going to be no good. And Aves are going to get that on that ground ball. So again, be Aves possession. Pass it all the way back to their goalie.
No contesting. Back near the goal. Under 90 seconds to go. Sycamore.
Minot going to pressure the goalie. She steps back in the crease. She's going to throw that to Geyser.
Geiger barely stepped off the field all game. Bell, number 7, working on number 7, Avery Davenport.
Great pressure defense out by Davenport, but it's going to be a called push and horizontal, so Aves will continue to have possession of this. Aves seeming just to pass it around, but Comets are not giving up as Steele drives in, but quickly backs out and continues to pass it around.
Yeah, but now under 30 seconds, Aviators just pushing to the end of this game.
Maybe Youngbloss with the pressure.
Under 10 left, Sycamore gonna run it out. And that'll conclude a big conference win for the Aviators. They beat the Comets, their GMC rival, by double digits. Stay perfect in the conference.
With that win, Sycamore advances to 8-0 in the conference and 9-1 overall.
Sycamore making a push as one of the top teams in the region. Comets will drop to 5-3 in the GMC standings. I'll give them a half-game lead over Lakota East. 5-8 overall. It's been a tough out-of-conference schedule. Here's some highlights. Carly Thiel got things going early. Here's Zoe Miller, one of her 2 goals. Geiger off the ground. Thiel with another one. Jordana Ronas-Tobin had 5 goals, leading the way for the Aviators in their win. We want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I've been Andrew Little here with Katie Halligan. Thanks to ICRC TV for having us. Sycamore takes down the Comets 15-3. Thanks for watching and have a great night.